what's your name?
So I'm Katia, and I'm from Honduras, which is in Central America, like right below Mexico.
Is that smaller, bigger town?
Well, it's its own
Oh, right.
country. Yeah.
Sorry.
It's not as big as Mexico. It's not as big as United States. It's very small. It's like a fourth, if you would.
Really?
Yeah, it's pretty small.
What town in Honduras?
I was born in Tela. That's what it's called. It's Tela, and it's like right on the edge. So we used to live by the ocean, basically.
Really? I bet you miss that, huh?
Yeah, we don't have beaches.
Now since you live near a beach, did you like do any activities like build sand castles or anything like that?
That wasn't very common between us.
Mm-hmm.
We would just go swim. Most Hondurans know how to swim because, well, where I'm from, they take you to the beach like as soon as possible, and you learn how to swim.
Oh, that's awesome. Did they do anything like surf or?
I didn't. Tourists do though.
Tourists do?
Yeah, we have a lot of tourists there, and they do it. I don't know. I wish I knew how to do it, but I don't.
I know, it seems difficult. Well, we kind of talked about leisure activities, which was going to be the next question. What other leisure activities would occur?
Activities. Something very common we used to do was play soccer.
Mm-hmm.
Like we would just go outside and someone would bring the ball and we would play soccer until it was like night and they would call all of us to go back home. Something else was climbing trees because where I'm from they have a lot of trees like avocado trees, mango trees, like just on the street. You know, like they just grow.
Seriously?
And we would climb them and just cut the fruit and just take it home, or just for fun, you know?
Sounds so beautiful.
Yeah, very different.
Oh yeah, definitely. Who are the most popular pop culture icons?
I guess it varies.
Mm-hmm.
The most that we listen to is called reggaeton.
Reggaeton.
That's a different type of genre that we don't have in English. It's like its own type.
Really?
Yeah. And some famous artists would be, it's called Calle 13, which translates to Street 13. He's very popular. But he went to a country for like a concert and he got robbed. So he said he was never going back there.
No.
Yeah, because in my country it's like all nice and stuff, it's fun, but it's a lot of gangs.
Yeah, that's stinks. Well, that's kind of like I found out recently. Apparently, there's some Crift gang in Tulsa that like has taken hold of a nightclub on the weekends, and they did it while the pandemic was happening, basically. So everyone being away at home, and then they took over this nightclub, and I didn't even know Crips and Bloods existed in Tulsa. Like
I know that they did, but I didn't know it was that big deal. It was like small.
Exactly. And so, I mean, I feel like any city or town really has them, you know?
Yeah.
How does work life differ from the U.S. versus your home country?
Oh, it's very different. Honduras is a really poor country, so it's not a lot of jobs. That's why a lot of us have to migrate to a different country. That's why we came over here. Most of the jobs they have can be like taking tourists around, like showing them, or food places. A lot of people there, instead of having like a real job, I guess you could say, they just cook at home and they go and sell the food.
Really?
Yeah, that happens a lot. Like they just make this big kind of like baskets of food.
Yeah.
And they walk around the beach and they just hold it on their head and they just sell it. Or they will get their own little spot and be cooking there and they sell that.
Yeah, bet the food's good though.
Yeah, it's very, very, very different from here.
Is it? Would you say like between here, the United States, and then your home country? Like, do you feel like the food's fresher in your home country?
Yes, I feel like the food here has a lot of chemicals, and like you can actually taste it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's different in your stomach. I don't know. Over there, you can really grow it in your backyard. A lot of people do that.
Yeah.
Because you know it's a lot of poverty, so we don't really go to supermarkets. We just grow it. A lot of people they just go to the beach and fish. They don't like we don't really buy fish at the supermarket. They just go and fish it themselves. A lot of us have in our backyards.
Mm-hmm.
They have ants, chickens, pigs, all of that, and they kind of like trade. It's like very like old ways.
Like kind of they barter
Yeah.
one for the other, and I missed that a lot.
Yeah.
Bartering.
It's better. I feel like
I agree.
because everybody helps each other.
Yeah. You don't see it all too often, and very, very few people actually grow their own food.
Yeah.
I think it's really important to do that. You know,
Yeah.
not just for health reasons, but also just like,
For the environment.
yeah, the environment, you know, the younger generation, they're not going to know how.
Yeah. Yeah, the food is very, very different. It's way healthier over there. We don't really have like fast, you know, like here on every corner is a drive-through fast food place. Over there, that is super, super rare.
Really?
Super rare. You're only gonna find that in the city, and it's not even a lot of them. Maybe like 3 or 4.
I wish we were like that. Maybe my kid will quit whining for McDonald's. and that kind of, we went into what would be the next question. What is the typical diet in your country? How is it different? Like, you already said there's not a lot of fast food places. What do you like? What is your diet like? Like when you
Like
sit
what's
down?
something we eat the most?
Yeah.
We eat rice. Like any meal you have, you always gotta have rice.
Really?
Yeah.
White rice? Is this brown
Yeah,
rice?
white rice. White rice. They cook it their own way. Like Mexicans have their own way. They make it like their seasoning turns it orange.
Yeah.
Ours stays white, and they put a lot of veggies in it. Something we eat a lot is plantain.
Plantain.
Yeah. Well, it's basically bananas, but in different stages.
Oh
So
yeah.
regular banana. There's some they're called plátano macho,
Mm-hmm.
which is just like a banana but way bigger and thicker, and it tastes different. But it's like a banana cousin, I guess you could say. And
Yeah.
there's different ways to cook it. If you cook it when it's yellow, it's gonna be sweet. If you cook it when it's green, it's kind of like a potato replacement. Yeah, like instead of eating fries, like
Yeah.
I see that here we eat a lot of fries, potato fries. Over there, it's plantains.
Wow. Now, like the plantains, do they fry them then?
Yeah, it's
They
deep
do.
fried.
Is it like circles, sticks?
It's not sticks. The most common one is kind of like circles, but not like a perfect circle. It's kind of like an oval type of thing. Yeah,
That's so cool.
and it's really, really good.
I want to have some.
I'll make some one day.
Oh, please. I pay you money.
Super, super good.
Is there any type of like tradition or etiquette when you guys eat? So like if you're done eating, you know, but everyone else is still eating, you know, how does work?
That depends on the family.
Mm-hmm.
Like some family, they just like get their plate and like go back outside and just sit around or whatever they're doing. Other families, they have to be all on the table.
Yeah.
And they wait for all of them to eat together. Since it's the mom or the parents that cook, a lot of times the kids do the dishes. Like that's just the thing. Like we don't let it. If you cook, you're not gonna do the dishes. You're not doing both. You gotta do just one.
I like that.
Yeah, so they divide the work.
That's what I would do for my mom.
Yeah, and to this day we still do it like that in my house.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, good. Aww. What is the perception / image in your country, like toward the U.S.? How does your country perceive the United States?
Like how do we see it?
Yeah.
We see it really, really different than what it actually is. Like over there, when we talk about United States, we don't say United States. We say the land of the dream.
The land with the dream?
The land of the dream.
Oh, sorry. The land of the dream.
Yeah, that's what everybody refers to it as.
Really?
Yeah, it's rare that you're gonna hear United States or USA because the idea that they have, or that they're told, is that you can get a job and they're well paid and it's so easy to get a job. It's free education. Everybody's safe. Cops protect you. It's all of that.
Really?
But they don't tell you the bad things that happen here. Like when I came here, I was a little disappointed, especially on racism, because in my country we have people of all colors, just like here, like really, really white people, really, really dark people, all colors, and we don't really like see it like that. We just see you as a human being, like, hi, what's your name? You know, we don't ask why you're different color. And when you come here, they treat you different based on that.
Yeah.
And that's something they don't know unless you come and experience it here. Because my whole life I've never experienced it, and so I came here.
And I can't remember, how old were you when you came over here?
I was 12 when I got here. 12 years old.
I'm sorry for all that she's been through. It's not right for anyone to do that.
I mean, America has its good stuff, I guess you could say.
Oh yeah.
But it's not the way that they talk about it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's not a fairy tale.
Yeah.
To me, my fairy tale is Sweden.
Mine too. I really want to go to Sweden.
Oh.
Because they have so much land and green and stuff. I like
They do. We'll talk about that later. How would a typical family in your country, their values and goals differ from a family here in America?
I guess it differs because here they expect you to like go to college and like be a doctor and stuff like that. Over there it's just whatever makes you happy. As long as you're not part of the gangs, like I said, that's very common.
Yeah.
And as long as you're not in one, they don't care.
Well, that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
I like that.
And also leaving the country is one of the expectations.
Really?
Yeah. Because there you're not really gonna have a future if you stay there.
Oh, wow. So sad. Poor honeys. I like to have avocado trees, though.
Yeah. Yeah, avocados. We used to eat a lot. Well, I used to eat a lot of avocados back then. Then when I came here, it's like $4 for an avocado. I'm like, damn, you pay for this? I'm like, we used to just go outside and pick it up. Mm-hmm.
Right?
Knock on our neighbors like, hey, can I get some avocado from the tree? I'm like, go ahead.
Well, it's like just the price of produce just keeps
Going up.
climbing. It's ridiculous. And hopefully eventually I'll start a garden. I'll share my fruits and produce with you.
I tried, but everything I grow just dies. Yeah.
I kill one orchid and Daniel gives me the hardest time for it. But they are hard to maintain.
Yeah, they are. All my flowers always die.
It's hard. Family and holiday celebrations. Are there holidays that are not usually celebrated in the United States, but like would be celebrated in Honduras?
No. I think it would be the opposite. Like, we celebrate Thanksgiving. It was Thanksgiving yesterday. In Honduras, you don't really see that.
No. Okay.
We don't have like a special holiday for that. Well, not that I remember.
Yeah.
Because then again, I left when I was popular.
And what about like Christmas?
Oh, Christmas for us is the 24th.
The 24th. Okay.
It's the 24th, and usually they party into the next day. So 24th, 25th.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, but the main day is the 24th.
The 24th.
And it's rare that you're gonna throw a Christmas party and it will end before 12. It never happens.
Now, do you all celebrate Dia de los Muertos?
No, that is a Mexican thing.
It is?
It's
Okay.
mainly a Mexican thing. I know other countries celebrate it and they have a different name for it,
Yeah.
but you don't see that in Honduras.
Do you have a
So
holiday
we don't
like
have-
that?
No, we don't have like a Halloween or nothing.
No. Okay.
It's mainly Christmas, New Year's,
Yeah.
what else? We celebrate the Day of the Flag. Don't ask me what day it is because I can't remember. But they celebrate the Day of the Flags, Independence. Mother's Day is really big. It's a big deal. And Valentine's. Those are like the main ones. But Christmas more than anything.
That's so awesome. I like that. What are the cultural perspectives on family in Honduras?
What do you mean?
So, like, for example, Erwin, you remember Erwin from Case Reserve? And him being Mexican, or Hispanic from Mexico, one of the cultural perspectives in his family is they respect their elders. Like, they have high respect for their elders.
Yes, they do. Over there, it's like, it don't matter if they're disrespectful to you, you gotta respect them just because they're older.
Really?
Me, I don't think like that no more because I came to the United States. And I feel like respect should be earned.
Yeah.
It's not just because you're older. But over there, it's really, it's a big deal. On family, I guess it would be, you don't leave the house until you're married type of thing.
Really?
Yeah. Like over here, they're 18 years old, they just get their apartment. Over there is really rare because of poverty.
Yeah.
But as soon as you get married, you leave.
Dang. I mean, at least you saved money
Yeah.
while doing that. Now, do you still live with your parents here?
No, I live with my boyfriend.
You live with your boyfriend? Okay.
But I always go to my house to visit my mom.
Well, of course. I still visit my mom at least once a week.
No, I go every day.
Every day?
Yeah. Whenever I'm bored of my house, I would go and stay at my mom's house.
Aww, that's so cool.
Especially Wednesday because we're both off Thursdays. So we always sleep.
I bet your mom loves that.
Yeah, she likes having people.
Let's see. Travel and vacation, which would include things to do on a vacation, ways to travel, and highlighting specific interesting sites. What kind of, besides the ocean, are there other like travel spots or destinations in Honduras?
It would be the mountains.
The mountains?
Yeah, there's a lot of mountains where you can go hike or you can just rent like it's kind of like a cabin, but it's more like open. It's more outdoors and you can just stay there. You can go zip lining, the zip line through the, it's kind of like, I wouldn't call it a forest because it's a little humid up there, so we call it like a jungle because you will see like a lot of animals.
Oh, wow.
Like,
And you zip line through that?
yeah, you see a lot of animals that you don't see here. Because over there is like a really tropical place.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you get to see like monkeys. You get to see. We have a special bird. It's called guacamaya.
Guacamaya.
Yeah, it's red with colorful feathers.
Sounds so great.
Yeah, and that's like the main Honduras bird.
Wow.
And you get to see that over there in the mountains. Yes, guacamaya.
How do you spell that?
G-U.
G-U.
A C A M A Y A. It's a lot of A's.
I'll look up a picture of this. Sounds so pretty. is appropriate and what is not in terms of like different Spanish speaking people? Are there topics or actions that are considered rude in one country that are not thought of as rude in another? So, like, is there something maybe like in Mexico that they do that might be considered rude to like people in Honduras, or vice versa, or other countries like South America, Brazil?
I feel like it would be the opposite. Like some of the stuff we say, other countries might find it offensive.
Really?
Yeah, because
Like what?
Honduras, they tend to say a lot of cuss words, but there's a lot of cuss words, I guess you could say, that are not really cuss words to us. And if you go to Mexico and you call someone, I'm not gonna say it because it's like that.
I'll write it in the summary.
Yeah, it's marica. We say marica a lot. We'd be like, hi marica, ¿cómo estás? Da, 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 da.
Yeah.
And it's just saying like, what's up, bro? But if you say it in other countries, that means the F word for guys.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that is very offensive to them.
So, like, if you went over to Mexico and said that, would they consider that
Yeah,
F word?
they would, yeah.
No.
They would be like, why are you calling me this? Why are you being disrespectful? And us, when we talk, our Spanish is very different. Like, to say you, Mexicans say tú.
Mm-hmm.
Us, we say vos.
Vos.
Yeah. So it's really easy to, well, when you're a Spanish speaker,
Yeah.
it's really easy to know if the person is Honduran or not.
Yeah,
'cause
like
of
to
the
know
way
where
they
they're
talk.
from.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because of the way they talk.
Wow.
And I feel like it's like that in every country.
Did not
When
know
you're
that.
fluent in Spanish, you can pick up on, based on their accent or the words they say, you know where they're from.
Yeah. Now I feel like I need to be more correct when talking to you. Okay. Last question. More specific words that are okay. One country. Oh. Well.
The one that
Yeah. You just did that one. Yeah. Are there any like actions that may seem inappropriate in in Honduras that other people do, or maybe like you guys do that like maybe Mexico would find?
No. I know Venezuelans, when they meet you, they kind of like kiss you on the cheek.
Right.
We don't do that.
No.
We find that like whoa, I don't know your name. Like, why are you so close? And that's what happened to me when I first met Venezuelan people. They were like, hey, how you doing? They reach for my kids, and I'm like, whoa, like, what is
Yeah.
that? They're like, oh, that's very common for us. I'm like, oh, we don't do that over there. We're not very touchy.
Really?
We're not very touchy unless you really know the person.
Okay. Makes sense. Makes sense.
Maybe like a handshake, and that's it.
Yeah.
You don't really hug people you don't know, or
Yeah.
kiss them.
I don't blame you on that one.
Yeah.
I'd be weirded out. Like I'm a hugger, but like I don't think I could do the kiss on the cheek.
Yeah.
We'll do one more. Beliefs and attitudes toward women. What's that like?
They're really always Hondurans, not being racist, but I would never date a Honduran guy because their mentality, like the way they're raised, is like, okay, you gotta cook, you gotta clean, you gotta take care of the kids. It's just like very old ways. They don't let
Very
them,
old fashioned.
Yeah, they don't really let them be independent.
Okay.
Yeah. To this day, like I've came across guys that they see my attitude and they're like, "Whoa, you are very disrespectful. Why are you acting like that?" And it's like just because I don't do what they say.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Exactly.
So they find it really like, whoa, like a big deal because they're not used to that.
Well, and you definitely are your own person, 100%.
Yeah, and over there it's like woman or below men. They're not treated good.
Yeah. I'm sure that would be another reason why your mother would want to take you.
So definitely is.
Yeah. I'd love to meet your parents. They sound so sweet.
My mom. My dad is in Honduras. We're not in touch.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. Sorry. Now, do you have any siblings too here, or is it just you and your mom?
It's my mom and my sister. She's 14, but she was born in Mexico. Yeah, she was born in Mexico. And my dad is in Honduras, and he got twins. So I have twins from his side, but I don't know. I've never met them.
Yeah. How does your sister? She's 14. How does she like the school system and stuff like that here?
Well, she didn't really go to school in Mexico.
Oh.
So that's all she knows. Like, she can't compare it.
Oh.
Yeah, but it is different though. Schools from here and over there are very different. Like here, your mom or dad, like someone takes you. You don't really go alone.
Yeah.
Over there is like all kids, you just wake up in the morning, you just walk to school.
Really?
Yeah, you don't see a lot of cars. It's super, super rare. You walk everywhere. And like starting at the age of 7 maybe, you just walk yourself to school. And it's very different. Like schools over there are very different.
Yeah.
They're not like here, they're very close. Like it's just one building. Over there is more like kind of outdoors. Like you spend a lot of time outdoors. Like on research, you go outside. Like you can't stay in. You gotta go outside.
Well, that sounds nice to me. I'd like to have class outside.
Yeah, it's really nice.
Versus inside. Wow. Now, you came over here at 12. Was it kind of hard adjusting, like, between the different school-like environment?
Yeah, it was very different. Like, just the way it looks, the way people dress, the rules, and the language. The language was the hardest.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know nothing English, not a single word. So it was hard.
Yeah.
But I got used to it really, really fast.
Good.
I get used to stuff fast.
You are. You're very intelligent.
Thank you.
Adaptable. Or, what's the word? No. Think of it later. But, and you said they dress different, like, here versus, like, Honduras. Like, what's a typical outfit?
Over there is mostly, like, summer clothes. Like, we don't really be wearing shoes. It's mostly sandals.
Yes.
Like, that, you see it a lot. Over here, they be wearing, like, Jordans and Nikes and stuff like that. You don't really see that over there.
Yeah.
And their uniform is different. For school, you had to wait. The uniform was really, really, like, strict. You had to wear, like, a button shirt. And you had to be ironed. Your nails had to be really clean. Like, they would check them in the morning. And then you check out your nails. If they were dirty, they would slap you and be like, don't bring them like that to me.
Really? Oh my.
Well, the school I went to, it was like that.
In Honduras?
Yeah.
Oh my geez.
And all the girls had to wear skirts. Girls couldn't wear pants. Had to be skirts.
Now, did they do corporal punishment? Spanking?
Yeah. They would hit you with the ruler on the hand. Also, if you were punished, you would stay after school and clean the classroom. That was a very common punishment.
And I know, like in Japan, usually what the students will do, they'll have a roster and they'll take turns cleaning the classroom.
No, there's the back kid gets whoever gets in trouble. Or
That's
whoever
kind of
volunteers.
sad.
Whoever volunteers.
Oh. Did you ever volunteer?
Hell no. Hell no, I want to go home.
Right.
But I never stayed. I wasn't a bad kid.
I doubt you were. I doubt that. Oh man. Went over minutes. Oh well. Thank you, Katia, so much. I've learned a lot.
Yeah.
I appreciate you.
Bye, y'all.